Let's come to the conclusion of how we can prevent it. So prevention of mechanical pain, one needs to identify which is a right posture and which is a poor posture. So here I have with me two positions which are not correct or are classified as poor postures, because the center of line, the line of center of gravity is not following through the center of the body but is actually fluctuating. So here in the first picture, if you see someone who is working too long on the computer or reading, they tend to develop a forward head posture or a protruded head. As a result, the shoulders get round and there can be flattening of the back, which leads to weakness of the glute muscles and tightness in the front muscles. So again, this is a flat back posture which is not right. The second posture which is classified as poor is again when someone has body weight shifted towards their heels rather than having proper weight on the foot, then they shift their pelvis forward as a result of weakness of front muscles and tightness of back muscles. So that's called a sway back postures. So one should be mindful of what other kind of postures they have, or they know other people have, so should prevent them. Now, what are the postures while sitting? So if you see the first picture, the person is the hips are not touching behind the hips are not touching behind the chair, so it's not a right position, because again the spinal curve, which is supposed to be an S-shaped curve, is changed into a C-shaped position. Again, this picture, the curve, the spine is not supported with the back of the chair, and the hips are also not supported, and the curve is changed to an C-shaped curve. But in this picture, you can see that there is a roll supported behind the lower back, and the person is able to maintain their spine. And in this position here, a person is sitting on a wedge pillow, or maybe in a position where just the hips are up. So in order to erect the spine, I can demonstrate these positions. I have a model. So an easy way to maintain the spine position is by using a lumbar roll or a lumbar support, which one can easily get from market. Another very easy way that you can use at home is just to roll up a towel and place some rubber bands to make a roll, and then you can place behind the lower back and ask the person to move the hips behind when they sit, so that they are sitting in a nice and erect position. Okay, feet should be supported at 90-degree angle, hip and knee at a 90-degree angle, back straight, neck straight. Okay, so that's how the spine should be when someone is sitting on a chair. Another thing that one can do is just to raise the hips with the help of some cushions or a wedge pillow, as shown in the second position. Okay. So the roll I was talking about while sitting, it can be used behind the lower back in the curvature, in the arching in the lower back to support the spine. This helps to reduce the pressure on the disc, and it positions the spine correctly, and again it distributes the weight effectively throughout the spine, and one can use a towel roll instead. Now, what are the postures while lifting an object? Anytime when someone is lifting a heavy object, it should be closer to the body. It should not be too far, because then the body center of gravity will move, and one should not bend from a round back and then reach and pick up heavy object. One must bend down in a 90-90 position at the knees and then lift the object close to the body. Okay, so that's the right way, as shown in the second picture. While sleeping, one must use a pillow where the spine is in line with the body. The neck should not be tilted backwards or forwards if the height of the pillow is not appropriate. Suppose if the pillow is too thick, one will be in a bent position all throughout the night. If the pillow is too thin, the neck will be hanging down. Similarly, when sleeping on the side, the thickness of the pillow should be the distance between your ear and your shoulder, so that the neck is neither bent down or it is too much bent on the other side. In all, the spine should be neutral. While sleeping on the sides, it is important that one can place a small pillow or a support between the two legs, so that there is less strain on the hip muscles and it is not falling down entire sleep. So that's the right position. The next thing is postures while you are working on the laptop. It is very easy these days to just get into a bed and start working. It's an easy and lazy way, but it is not the right way. One should sit on a proper chair with feet supported, hands supported, and then the laptop or the screen should be at eye level. It should neither be too high or too low, so that the neck angle is changed. Because one has to work for long hours, then it can strain the neck easily. When someone is at office, it is important that you can change your position from sitting to a standing position, and the feet can be supported on a small stool, so that you can just change your body weight after some minutes and then you can work appropriately. Also, it is important that the neck, the eye level, the screen should be at the level of your eyes. The first line of the laptop should be at your eye level. Okay, it should be neither too high or neither too low. Okay, and the shoulders should be at a 90 degree, elbows should be 90 degree, wrist in neutral position. Okay, neither too extended upwards or downwards. Okay, it should be in neutral position. One can even place a soft mat to distribute the foot weight and the body weight. Again, in sitting, the monitor should be adjusted in a way that the first line on the laptop is at the eye level, and one can see from a virtual height of 0 to 30 degree. Shoulders and elbows should be properly supported. Back, hips are touching the behind of the chair. Hips and knees 90 degree bend. Feet properly supported. There should be ample amount of space for the thighs and leg to move. Okay, and yes, your elbows should be properly rested. That is the right way. Now, to adjust your desktop, there are several things that one can do. One can place some object under the laptop so that the desktop height is adjusted to the eye level. So maybe a small box or a stack of books. And then there are several docking stations available in the market. You can choose appropriately according to your height. You would require an external keyboard and a mouse to operate when you're using a docking station. So do that. There are various kind of fancy mouse available. One can choose whichever is suitable. So there is a vertical roller mouse or a split board mouse, and there is one with a foot control, and this is a roller mouse. So whichever is suitable, one can use that. Now, when someone is working for long hours, it is also important to break your neck posture and give relaxation to your eyes. For that, there is a rule called 20-20-20. This means that for every 20 minutes, one must look away to an object which is 20 feet high for 20 seconds. So if you're working on laptop, say you put an alarm, after 20 minutes, you look at an object which is 20 feet high for 20 seconds so that you do not strain your eyes for too long. Now let's come to the ideal sitting position. The ideal sitting angle is less than 70, 90 degree or 110. So any angle less than 70 is not correct, but because again your spine is in a bent position. At 90 degree, not correct, because again after some time you might strain up your back. But at an angle of 110, your back muscles are completely relaxed and they are fully supported on the backrest, so you won't feel that strain in your spine, and you wouldn't require, that's the correct position of sitting. Now the proper wrist position that I spoke about, it should neither be bent upwards when you operate the keyboard, neither be bent downwards, neither be deviated sideways. So it should be in a neutral position. Now when someone is driving, the correct position is that again the spine should not go for a C curvature. It should maintain its proper S curvature. One can use a lumbar support behind the back, and one can elevate the hip angle using some wedge pillow or a towel roll. Coming to the postures while cycling, it is important that one maintain a flat back position, and the angle of the shoulders is at 90 degree to the back. Also the hip angle to the back should be 90 degree. The back should maintain a 45 degree angle with the horizontal. One must not go for a slouch position or a round back position during cycling. Now how we can change all these wrong positions? So there are some common tips that one can follow. The simple tip is to break your posture. One must break their postures after every 30 minutes. So if you are sitting on a laptop, kindly put an alarm or have some sticky note, then you should change your position after every 30 minutes. So if you're sitting, try to stand. If you're standing, try to sit or move to the other chairs. Okay, and never ever sit on a wallet. If you're sitting with wallet under your hips, then your spine tends to deviate and there is unequal loading to the spine. As a result, if you're constantly sitting on that wallet, there can be compression to your nerve, that's called the sciatic nerve under the hips, and it can affect the muscles in the foot and the leg. So never ever sit in the wallet.